welcome to the Off-Grid Mountain Homestead. I'm gonna bring you a long-term review today on this set of portable solar panels right here. It's a 100-watt set of portable panels. They've been outside in the weather, rain, sun, every weather condition you can imagine for a year. I put them out last spring equinox, and we just passed the spring equinox of 2024, so these have been out in the weather for a year. You can probably see from the fading that they have been pounded by the sun. See, they used to be black, now they're a light gray and sun bleached color, but I'm going to put them head to head today against a glass panel to see what kind of power they produce after a year being outside. So good little video, multifaceted, so I hope y'all enjoy. So I'm going to show you the specs on this and what they've been charging, and then we'll compare to a glass panel of the same wattage. And for reference, here are the spec sheets on the folding panel. It is an Hill brand. I've had them for maybe 2.5 or 3 years. They've been outside for a year in all different weather conditions. So 18 volts, 5.5 amps, rated 100 watts. And they're IP4X rated. So memory serves, the IP4X is splash resistant from any angle, no submersion. 99% certain that's the way the IP4X rating works. But these have been out in thunderstorms, you name it, rain, ice, everything. So blistering heat, freezing cold, and I'll show you what they've been charging. So I used to charge my irrigation pump, so it's gardening season, about time to hit the irrigation pump. If you can see that. The refresh rate on the camera is not cooperating with that LCD, but that's 13.8 volts on a cylindrical cell. Battery pack, lithium iron phosphate. Down in there in its little cubby hole, that's a 0.6 kilowatt pack. I can get it to focus down in there. Just an old power box pack I took out. That runs my little C-flow pump right here. Keeps us charged up, keeps the battery charged up to run this 12-volt pump for my irrigation. So that's what it's been used for the last year. Of course, in the winter it doesn't, the batteries stay full, but just to show you for reference what the 100-watt folder's been used for. And the test rig also has been outside for over a year, sitting in the hay barn. So it's indoor super base. I'm pulling a little charge out right now to get the state of charge down so we can get full power pull from the MPPT to the solar panels we're going to test. So just getting rid of a little bit of a charge, dumping some of the capacity out of this battery, and going to put it head to head with the 100-watt monocrystalline glass panel. And for full transparency during this test, I want to show you that the folding panel does have a USB power converter on the back where its PV connections are. So it's using the DC 5521. So it may have a little bit of losses powering up this box versus straight MC4 out of the monocrystalline panel. So just wanted you to be aware that this is the style of junction box that the folding panel uses. And not all folding panels use this style. This is just a multi-use terminal block on this one. So here's the test setup. Flex Solar 100-watt monocrystalline versus the folding. So the panel behind the folding panel has been disconnected. So I'm running straight from this panel, and then we'll switch and go straight from this panel and see the results. And let me get you the specs on the Flex Solar. Here's the Flex Solar specs. I'm only using one panel instead of two. They're not paralleled anymore, so we can take the same voltages but divide the amperages in half, cause I'm gonna be using one panel out of the 200-watt set. All right, first test, let me go ahead and take the load off of this so we make sure it's dead on the money. So let the AC output shut off. All right, now I'm going to plug in the XT60. This is the first test, is going to be the glass monocrystalline Flex Solar 100-watt panel. Full sun test. So let's see what it's making. Let it track for just a second on the Zendor. And it's not completely clear skies. There is some dispersed smoke. So that's the 100-watt Flex Solar monocrystalline. So let it track. 65 watts going in. So let me pull the XT60. I'll go swap. I'm not going to cut the scene. Just bear with me. I'll be right back. All right, now we're doing, just got plugged in the flexible panel. So let's see what the flexible panel makes. Let me get this XT60 plug back in here on the side. All right, this is the flexible panel, head to head, versus the monocrystalline glass panel. Wow, great performance. Exactly the same, or excuse me, within 1 watt of the glass panel out of a folding panel. Right on the money. That's awesome. So the folding panel is performing just as good as the glass panel. After being outside in the sun for a year, the plastic's not deteriorated and caused any power loss or anything like that. That's pretty cool. One more time back on the Flex Solar, quick as I could run to swap them out on their PV leads. So this is back to the glass panel versus the folding. 65 out of the Flex Solar glass panel. So the folding panel is head to head, dead on the money with the glass, even going through its little USB converter and all that on the back of the panel. So very impressive for a folding panel that's been in the weather for a year. And yes, I like using this little Zendor for the solar panel test. It's got a good tracker in it. This has also been outside for over a year, hooked to solar panels all the way down to 5 degrees to 105 degrees, everything in between, sitting out here in the little hay barn. So it's been a trooper too. More on that later. So I hope today's video is kind of short, but just wanted to show you, don't knock the folding panels. A lot of people knock these panels and say you can't leave them out. A lot of the manufacturers recommend not to leave them out. So always follow your manufacturer's recommendations, but these have been out for over a year. They're faded, the fabric is, but the controller still works. The glass still puts out full power compared to a monocrystalline, and it is neck and neck with a regular glass monocrystalline. So if you come across a panel like this for a good deal, snatch it up, because it's been out in the weather for a year. So here we're going to try it for another year, see how long we get out of it. Now, will it last 20 years like a glass panel? I highly doubt it out in the weather, but a year and going strong minus some fading. So I'll run it some more. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Appreciate y'all watching the Awkward Mountain Homestead. If you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate a subscription from you. Hope I earned a like from you today. If you don't mind, hit that like button. It really helps on the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, I'll be out here where the grid don't go. Y'all have a good day.